Purple lips. Yeah, you got a new channel out there, but I got to read it real good. I'm in the parking lot about to go into Myers. That's only 5 minutes away from my house. 5 after I leave out the store, 5 minutes back. But, you know, when it get this late, you have to, like, check your own stuff out. So it is what it is. Because I'm such a good, not because I'm bragging, I'm a good auntie. If you want some money and you need money, especially if you work, if you're a nothing ass dude that just, you know, if you smoke weed, baby, that's your deal. But I don't support weed habits. I don't support liquor or drug habits. But if you have that habit and you work, but not because you sit up there and pay your whole check to the dope man, I can't help you. But people that smoke their weed for their reasons, you know, chill out, cool out, that's me like they Xanax. I help them. I even know people. I be like, look, boo, she get a doggone, because I don't work for the state no more. But I got access anytime I want to walk through that door. I don't care if my supervisor retire. I have the means to walk through that door. Entering my ID is never gonna change, never be given to another person. To type it in and come in, fax it out, print it out, or fax it to that person. Say, here, this is what you want. This is what you do. There you go. I know who to trust and who not to trust. Just don't let nobody know where you got it. Right now, I can't get fired because I am early retired. I didn't go back and do them extra days. I had to sign extra papers with my baby fat mama on my back because, yeah, it was extra paperwork. When they got, like when a fat bum listened to me talking about money, baby, it's a good thing. People, you wish you had the money thrown at you. I'm not making her into a prostitute or to a little stripper. She got money thrown at her because she's so pretty. And because she's Donna's grandbaby. And Donna's pretty. They knew me since my 20s, a lot of them, to now my 50s. They seen me evolve. And they be like, oh, even when I'm the weight loss guru around there. Donna, when you tell me, like, I said, baby, the best thing you can do, walk. If you don't have any exercise equipment, don't even invest in exercise equipment. You got a staircase? Yeah. Well, I only have one to my upstairs room where my kids stay or where walk up and down those steps until you can't take it no more. Walk. After you eat. Don't eat after 8 o'clock at night. Fast. I don't know if you believe in fasting and prayer, but those two things are powerful. Witches and warlocks fast. There's power in agreement and there's power in numbers. If a witch and a warlock fast, what do you think a Christian gonna get when he fast and pray? He or she. You gonna get what the heck you want. Nothing evil. God don't reward. He's like, if I say, kill that purple-lipped dinosaur. Donna, for real? And I'm gonna convict you. I'm gonna give you a conviction whooping. Because you know, I thought you knew me better than that. My thoughts are higher than yours because I'm God. I'm Alpha and Omega. But you wanted me to kill a person? You sit up there and prayed up against her? I will not. She's still my child. She still got time while she yet live to turn her life over. But she chose that because most people that have been sexually abused who brag about their father's penis size. I brag about my father's shoe size. He was 6'5", wearing a size 16 shoe. That was amazing to me when I got older. I said, Mom, I remember being a little girl and my father believed in exercise and fresh air. A lot of days he didn't take, I'd be bundled up like a little Eskimo. My father got my mother bundled me up because she worked midnights, but she'd be tired. She done did my hair. Hair got done, freshly done every day. Always clean, always looking good. And my father, he admired that about her. That's why he gifted her with mink coats and mink stoles and Estee Lauder perfume back in the day when it was like the big deal. And now you got Kendall Jenner, representative of the makeup, the perfume, and everything. The point is, he loved his wife. And he loved his children. And he loved the kind of mother she was. When he begged the woman, baby, you don't have to work. I used to hear my father. They never had, it was like an argument, but it wasn't. He said, why do you keep working? You don't have to work. Why are you working? So I told you I work because my father and my mother, that's what they created me a strong work ethic. I never knew until I heard that argument. And then I got older. I said, Mom, I remember hearing you say you were a school teacher. Yes, Donna, I was a school teacher for 2 years. I said, that must have been an end thing because every auntie on your side, all my grandmother's sisters, they all school teachers. And the guys, they did different things, but they had businesses, they built homes, they did construction, they did this. Because your grandfather taught them. Your grandfather taught them. I mean, he even taught his brother-in-laws how to get that guap. Even telling me how, because she passed for white, being Creole, and he did too. And just hearing how the times used to be when a white man talked to him, who thought he was white, to save him from getting lynched and tarred and feathered. He looked down at his feet. I don't call that a punk. I call that a survival. Because if he hadn't did that, I would not be here. His name was, I ain't gonna tell you his real name. Let's say his name was Larry. Larry, you know what? So-and-so and so-and-so. Yes, sir. Wait a minute. Why did Larry just look down at his feet and say, yes, sir, and then look me in the eye? Because that was the code. I'm trying to live for my wife and my only daughter. They had a son, but he died. He was stillborn. But I heard my mother, you ever heard of being born with a veil on your face? Back in the day, they said if you're born with a veil on your face, you had a gift. My grandmother was so against this gifting that is in the family that she can't do nothing about now because she dead. But she prayed for us. She told, back in those days, you had your baby in your mother's bed. You stayed close to your mother. She had a husband. She was 22. He was 44 when he met her. He was in the Jet. His name is listed in the Jet magazine. You can even order that old magazine. The Pullman Porters. They wore white jackets, black bow ties. And they say, yes, sir. No, ma'am. How may I help you? What would you like to order? Yes, sir. No, ma'am. They help with the luggage, everything. They get tips. But he was an oddity, like most of them around that time. But he was not prejudiced against a dark-skinned woman because my mother's mother was a very dark brown lady. But he looked like he was white. But he was born a slave. And he remembered a slave. He remembered his father being like Mr. in Color Purple. That's why when I wouldn't trade nothing for being born when I was born. I'm not, they say I was a mistake, baby. But it wasn't put like a put down. But guess what? It still won't hurt me. I'm here. My mother had me at 45 going through menopause. That's why she didn't go through menopause. A baby for 9 months that almost weighed 10 pounds, 1 ounce shot, took up her menopause. But she told me everything. My grandmother told me how it used to be back in the day. And my mother told me how her father taught her. Never loan a man money. Because when you loan a man money, then you'll be giving it to him. Always keep you a job. Get your education. She was like a little rich girl. She had horses. She used to have a pig she called Wiggy. And she said she used to like to hear her walk in the house and when her mother wasn't home. Because she said she sounded like a woman walking with high heels on. Her cousins that spoke in her funeral that were born around the time she was, they're all dead now. Because she was the matriarch. She was the very first grandchild that made her the matriarch of the family. Now we have a new matriarch who cooked just like my mother. If I didn't cook homemade like I did, I have cried tasting her food because it be so on point because of our grandmother that taught my mother that was the cousin's great-grandmother, but my mother's grandmother. She taught her, a woman that could not read or could not write, that died of had rheumatoid arthritis in a wooden wheelchair. But her husband stood next to her. Every family reunion, they show that's the picture on the cover of the program of him standing there looking like a jet black mandingo with a Bible in his hand because somebody taught him to read, and they snuck and taught him. And there's my grandmother looking like a white woman. But she was married to a black man because she knew she was black. They said 1 ounce of black blood make you black. And so that's what they adhered to. But a lot of people my mother have ran into later when she moved to Detroit. She said, I've ran into women that we were so close in school, but until she went away to she went to boarding school. My mother, back in those days, they played basketball. She said, I seen her cry one day. I said, Mama, why are you crying? When the women basketball became a big deal, she said, that's what I really wanted to do. My mother was against it. And everybody that played basketball, women, they're not gay, but that's something of sport she enjoyed. I even heard her tell me about her first kiss over a fence with her first boyfriend, over a fence. Like, she called that a first kiss. My first kiss was tongue all down the throat in the finished basement with the speakers in the ceiling, paid for by Belvedere. My father paid cash in the winter because he was off that whole week. And he gave them hell. My father, he bought new cars. I didn't even know that the plastic, when they come from the fact they have plastic, my father taught me that. That's why me and my sister say, we understand what daddy meant now. If you pay for with your hard-earned money, he'd be like, My daddy would wear clothes that he knew that he could dirty up. He'll wear work clothes to go pick up his new Lincolns. He got on the bottom. He looked up under the bottom. He got all through that car. He said, now you can take the plastic off. Because I pay cash for my cars. My father didn't believe in credit. He said, credit for what? He said, I work hard for my money. And this is out of his check. My mother, he didn't even he used to tell her, just put it in the bank or get what you want, baby. She said, no, we're in this partnership together. I remember every Friday night, my mother be so tired. Saturday, because she worked. She didn't work Saturday and Sunday. She used to be so tired from washing little girls' hair, pressing it out on Sunday, early Sunday mornings for church, or late Saturday nights, cooking breakfast for a man that said he didn't believe in leftovers. They don't make them like that anymore. They don't. And pretty as a motherfucker, looking like a white ass woman. If they had been down south, he might have got lynched. And he was Puerto Rican. And his family disowned him. But now the family is tight because that shit is over with. The New Yorkers, a lot of family members he got there are in New York. They are. But it's got a lot of family members in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, they're still there in Puerto Rico. Some of them have went back home. But New York, there's a lot of people, but there's a lot of them here in Detroit, in Michigan. The point is, my mother married a man that she loved because, like my husband, he chased her down. She lived in a room. See, back in the day, it's a story with Terrence Howard and a man that made it. It was a true story. It's a movie with Terrence Howard and the lady, I forgot her name, but she's gay. And she does a commercial for Robitussin, I think, for people with high blood pressure. Epatha. It's like her name is Epatha Merkus. I don't want to get me wrong, but it's like Epatha. I didn't know she was gay. She played that woman acted her butt off with Terrence Howard. And she said something that was so profound, because the guy made it, it was a true story. But Terrence Howard was in the movie as the guy. He was a younger man over her. She was the only woman in that city because she made her own money with a rooming house. She cooked. The guy that was off the wire, that he would whistle, doom, 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 and he was gay. He had a scar on his face. He was in a lot of HBO specials. He had a scar, but he had a scar in The Wire. I don't know if that's a real scar. I think that was a fake scar. And he was homosexual. But it was like, But the thing is, he played a very good part. And it wasn't the guy with the dreads in The Wire in the wheelchair, not him. But he was the guy that played in not The Wire, The Coroner. The Coroner. It was supposed to be made in Baltimore. And it was about drugs and everything. But he would kill people. And he had a gay, light-skinned lover. He was a gangster, but he was gay. All man when it come to dealing with this and that. But he kill your ass at the drop of a hat. All that kind of stuff make you think about a lot of stuff. But my mother being the color she was, I'm going to keep bringing it up. I ain't bragging. But when I think about it, what if they had stayed down south and my mother had lied and said she was white? She really could have lied and said she was white because so many of her relatives did it. She's ran into ladies that she worked with in the factory. My mother was a factory worker, pretty little thing working in the factory. She didn't mind getting her hands dirty. She dressed with her. They even started a club, and my mother didn't have time for that kind of bull. She wasn't trying to show her material wealth. She didn't believe in bragging and name dropping. But when they say, we noticed something, can we come and have tea and at your house? And so she said, okay. They got their motherfucking minds blown. See, back then, black folks didn't have draperies that you send out and get cleaned at the cleaners. You can get them now from a store and put them up yourself. And you can probably wash them bad boys. But now we're into vertical blinds. She had the plastic on the couch. And they all were outdone because a lady came to work with a pretty face, no makeup, no lipstick, no eyeliner, no nothing. A beautiful face. Because at first it's like it bothered them because they thought she was white. And they said, and I guess it was like, she don't ask a ditty. Ask a ditty for what? Because she looked white. Because her mother and her father gave her good training and good values and morals. You are you. You're black. Don't think you're white. You're black. With a dark mother, but she looks so white because her father's genes overpower. That's where I get these hazel brown eyes. He had gray. That's why my granddaughter, I almost said favorite. She's not. That's why she got the pretty brown, grayish eyes. I don't know if they're trying to make up their mind what they're going to be, but whatever they be, I don't care if they were blue. She's still my granddaughter. And my twins are still my grandchildren, the boy and the girl. And guess what? I touch base with them. I can tell now they are noticing me. So big mama fat mama gonna have to start laying back, chilling out, and realize these are your people. These are your blood. And when your mother and father are gone, you cousins, even though she's gonna have more brothers and sisters. If my daughter don't have any more, but I do see more. If she don't, they got each other. They're fraternal twins. And that was a lot on a little young lady that was scared to have a baby. But when she found out she had twins, that girl was so depressed, I had to talk her up out of it. That girl would cry, come get in the bed with me and just cry. I said, baby, stop. What is you snotting all over my tops? I said, Lord, that's why we got washing machines and detergent. I said, baby, I'd even have her take a shower and wash her clothes and say, put this big old T-shirt of mine because it's going to swallow you, look like a dress on you. Let me wash your clothes, get all pretty. You got your you don't even wear makeup, you wear lipstick. But wash your hair, just. And she said, Mama, that's what I love about you. And my son said it too, some weeks ago. He said, Mama, you know what everybody at church feel about you? They feel love, they feel compassion, they feel sincerity. They feel how real you keep it and transparent you are. And they know it's genuine. She said, why? He said, it ain't just because of the cakes and the candy. The children really do. I said, baby, I know they do. I said, but it's just interfering now that I have grandchildren because your daughter he said, Mama, she's going to come out of that. He said, and that's why me and my sister, I said, oh, y'all been talking about that. He said, yeah, we're going to do more things like family things, just us. Mommy, don't get mad. I said, I ain't going to get mad if I'm not invited. He said, no, without you being there. He said, because as you call her fat mama, which I call her sweet pea, he said, Mama, or Applehead, he said, Mama, Applehead really, 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 really is fixated upon you. And I'm glad that she loves you and that she has bonded with you so, but it's not fair to the others. I said, your sister being a mother, the same like I was with you all, I wasn't her grandmother was able to keep her because I was working so much. Your sister doesn't have to work. She got degrees and she don't even use them. Her husband is a Dearborn Police Heights officer about to get promoted to. I ain't even gonna tell you. The point is this, and I thought they was gonna move, but I said, Lord, let it be your will. But I don't want her to move. I want to be near my grandbabies. I don't want those children to be distant from me. Fat mama, if she had it in her way, if she knew what was really real, because she got a baby's frame of mind. But I think she know more than what she know. Because anytime a baby can stand up and pull herself up that early, anytime a baby can hum and bob her head, I put on Mike Mills. And I didn't, but Mike Mills, he really didn't cuss. But it was like, she started bobbing her head, and she get this serious look like, It's like a little old lady. She has grasped the rhythm of music, and I maybe it's because I introduced her to singing music without profanity, playing the piano, using her finger, like do re mi fa sol la ti do. And she look at me. That's what I love about her. She'll turn around that fat head with no neck. She gonna get a neck in a minute because she's starting to thin out a little teeny bit at a time. The baby fat will lose, but she got baby fat and there's nothing wrong with it. But that little old fat head, turn around and she's looking at your lips. And as she watches your lips move, she's working her lips like trying to form the same sound. I said, do, le, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now you do it. She don't know what that means. And then I do it again. And then when she turn around, then I know she's about to do it. Fa, no, do, le, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I think she's gonna be a high soprano. I'm an alto. I'm alto. But she's musically inclined. And that's why I told her parents, I said, this Christmas, her first Christmas, I said, I'm buying her the little small organs, the little pianos. I said, I'm keeping one at my house. Mama, why you always got to buy two of everything? Why she can't just... I said, and you gonna let me do it? I said, what if I was a deadbeat grandmother? Then you be fussing. Why you don't ever want to keep your kids? Why you think you so young and this and that? You don't even keep your kids. This and that. I said, you would probably say that. You and her both would gang up on me. I said, your sister, on the other hand, is a female. You're a male. But my daughter-in-law, she has 2 businesses, 1 internet business. She works, and she has another business that she does that if people need it for baby showers. She does theme parties. She can do all that. Candy apples, if you want pink candy apples, because it's a girl. My daughter-in-law is the bomb. You hear me? She makes that money. The money don't make her. If she didn't have her husband, that woman can still make it. And they don't use the church money. The church money, my son be like, we made budget this month. He be happy. I said, son, I put the money in, where I put it. Me and Sister D, we put it in there. Guess what? Very good start for the first of the month. It looks like one more week, everything is paid in full. The lights, the gas, because you don't own the church. But the church that God's going to give you, I said, get ready for full ministry. You will not have to work. Yes, you should pay the man of God. Not pay him, but the man of God and his family should be taken care of. Because if he's in full-time ministry and counseling, and he's one of those pastors, he's so old school. My son may not get out of church sometime till 9 o'clock because he's counseling my friend, the city councilwoman. He's counseling different people, and he's tired. And now he done squeezed in working out. Him and his wife said, we going to do this together. She don't need to get, that girl got a body like in nobody's business. But she wants to get a little slimmer. I don't know why. But he wants to lose. Yeah, he gained the baby weight. And when he get to the size that he is, dude be looking like, he be looking like solid. He look like, the man in black. Want you to remember. He stand back with them suits on. He be looking good. He look good now. In his pastoral robes, everything. He's a handsome devil. I call him, no, I can't call the pastor devil, but he's a handsome young man. My daughter is gorgeous. Not because they're my children, because they're beautiful. They're beautiful in every simple way. Words will never, they never had words, never had nobody tell them they was ugly. But I did my daughter like my mother did me. Y'all call me ugly, whatever, but baby, if you saw me back in them days when I was her age and even younger, Donna was something to be reckoned with. And the chick thought she was fine and knew she was fine and looked at you like, who is you? You ugly. I don't talk to ugly Negroes. I was in the light skin. I thought light skinned guys with curly hair with pink, I say pink lips because I just can't stand pink lips. I can only stand my own. I love my son's pink lips. I love my grandbabies, both of them pink lips. And the other grandbabies look whiter than the baby that my granddaughter and her daughter, her mama is brown and her daddy is black with black Rican mixed up. And that baby is the same color as Dream Kardashian. But she don't look like her. Dream is pretty, but she's pretty too. And I almost said my grandma may be prettier, but I'm not going to say that. They're both pretty in their own ways. But she's fat, just like Dream. Ooh, she's fat. And all the outfits that she wear, oh my God. Her little sandals. I just look at her, because I wanted all girls. All girls. I had one boy and one girl. I got me 2 grandgirls, but the grandchildren, the twins, are bonding with me. They are. They're starting to look at me. It's that look they get when they go, hey, it's you. Right. The lady that always sings and holds you both at the same time and acts silly and put you up in your little tot carriers and got you sitting on tables and you guys be laughing and looking like, what is she doing? Telling you stories out of storybooks and singing to you and putting on soft music and gospel music and I'll put on Jeffrey Osborne love ballad. I just put on and they look and they just look and then they just feel peaceful. And then when you hold, I cried one day when I held both of them, one on the left side of her arm and the right side. And both of those twins, even with music playing softly on the stereo and surround sound, those babies went to sleep quietly. Because I was telling both my children, you got to learn to teach your children. They can sleep with noises. Not no loud arguing and cussing and screaming. They don't do that over their children. They don't do it with each other. I didn't do it around them. All I'm saying is you got to get them used to noises because in that case, you won't get to live or breathe. You can't even turn the dishwasher on. That's what I was brought on. Keep it quiet. The only thing I was brought on that I still stay with to this day, do not come walking in my kitchen hard and make my cake fall. Other than that, the baby's got to get used to the dog barking if you got one. They got to get used if the doorbell ring. Oh, God, somebody done run a doorbell. A Jehovah's Witness. Woke the baby up. That's the old school mentality. No, babies should always, remember ladies, if you got children or new babies or about to have one or want to have one, train them with noises, not with loud, obnoxious, loud, crazy noises. I'm talking about nice, soft music. And please don't use curse words. The music that you listen to it when they way away from you sleep and don't have it blasting. And if you like to make love to music, which I do, I love making love to music. I love making love to music and fucking to music. The point is this. Don't have your children so that the noises, it's like any leaflet. So that's how you want your baby? And then somebody gonna babysit? And you deadbeat grandmothers, I speak to at least every last one of you. If you don't work, even if you don't work weekends, that sleep you might miss. Remember, them same grandbabies, if you get sick, will have, and grandfathers, as long as y'all not molesters, they may have to bring you a glass of water to the bed. They might have to shoot you with your insulin. You better spend time with them and bond and let them know who you are. Not to ensure they take care of you, but the love. It's all about the love and compassion and the concern from grandchildren. And it's nothing like a grandchild that loves you. It's nothing like it in the world. When a grandchild loves you, I'm like Teddy Pendergrass. It's so good. Da, 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 da. Loving your grandson or daughter when they love you back. And that's a fact. To be loved by your grandson, granddaughter is the only thing your heart should desire. Or whatever he says. Just appreciate the little things they do as babies, because your heart is blah, 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 blah. You're making me higher. It's so good, so good. Loving your grandchildren when they love you back. And that's a fact. If the mama's no good and they man crazy and they on drugs, baby, you supposed to put that cape on. Yeah, they need to be saved, and they want to be saved. See, grandmothers today are not like the grandmothers of yesterday. Grandmothers back in the day were the ones that saved you when things was going wrong, and if your mother died in childbirth or died while you was coming up. She came in and saved the day. It may have been extra stress, but guess what? You loved grandmother, and it was nothing you couldn't do. It reminded you of the song Soul Food. Mama, I always love you, Grandma. You know I always love you, Grandma. Loving you when it's key to my heart. Your love is like food, whatever, from the start. I just want you to know loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm going to leave you with that. I might do one when I get home. Yeah, I'm going to do one in the stove. Forget y'all. I'm doing one in the stove. Bye-bye.